Hello, guys. Bob here for TNL Network. Thank you for joining us for Tuesday Night Live, and we hope that you have had a safe, fun, and fabulous weekend. And we've got the 4th of July coming up this week, so everyone please be safe and, again, have fun and enjoy family time together. Tonight's show, we're going to be true to ourselves. We realize we are normal despite what everyone else tells us. Yep, creatures of habit. And we here at TNL know, as well as the day is long, that habits are really hard to break. Our habit is we keep doing the same old things that we do each year because we love telling and sharing with all the fun times that we have each year at the School of Santas. Tonight is our 5th annual School of Santa's Branson for Review show. Stick around and find out everything lined up for July 17th through the 20th. Folks, this week is action-packed. The segment of tonight's show is brought to you by North Pole Cornerstones, a new, unique, and entertaining 4-day educational experience in Oklahoma City North, Edmond. This is Tuesday Night Live. Man, with only 17 days left until School of Santa's officially is open for classes, let's just go ahead and roll right into it because we have a lot to cover tonight. The man who doesn't sleep at night, because who has time with so many thoughts going through the head to let that noodle rest? That's right, here's Spangle.
Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah. You say 17 days left until the school starts, but for people like you, me, Bob, Scott, all of that whole inner circle there, I mean, we're down to like 13 days or something.
We are.
Mind blown.
It rolls in really quick. You know, we sit here each year in anticipation, waiting, knowing how much fun we have and everything. But you know, the last month just seems like it comes rolling in so fast. I mean, but there's so much preparation going on at this point.
Yeah, my wife is telling me, Spangle, school is in 2 weeks. Maybe I ought to start thinking about getting something ready.
Yes, she told you that a while ago while beating you over the head with a wand. All right, everyone. Angela Mack will spend the next hour over in the comment box as she always ends, and she's the sweet one of the bunch. So say hello to her. She never misses saying hi to all those who say hi to her. Make her day, hit those keys, and say hello. All right, be sure and catch our past shows either weekly or watch live. YouTube, the Tuesday Night Live Show, 1225. You can still catch us over on Facebook Live, also on our group over there, TNL Network Productions group page. You don't want to miss a single show. You just don't. So check us out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And, if you got something that you want us to do in the future, give us a little drop there. Give us a hint. Throw it in the chat box or put it to us over on YouTube or Facebook. First half of the Tuesday Night Live Show Trivia is brought to you by School of Santa's 2025. That's right, 17 days away. Hosted by Spangle in picturesque Ozark Mountains, Branson, Missouri, where fun and education meets, and what a ball it is. We'll be right back.
Read about it reporting for TNL Chatterbox News. School of Santa's 2025 will be held July 17th through the 20th in beautiful, picturesque Branson, Missouri, right in the heart of the Ozark Mountains. If you've been before, then you know all about the 4 days of festivities that School of Santa's is best known for. Each year, the host facility, Americ Inn by Wyndham, Branson, and Conference Center, is home to over 100 clauses for the weekend and is centrally located in the middle of everything Branson. If you have never attended SOS, what are you waiting for? You are missing out on one of the clause community's premier educational opportunities. For more information on price and to ensure your place at the next School of Santas, contact Tanya Lay at Branson Ticket and travel today at 800-432-4202. Again, that's 800-432-4202 and get registered today. I'm Read About It reporting. Now back over to you guys in the TNL studio.
Spangle, that particular ad is outdated, of course, because we've only got 2 weeks, and we'll have to put together a new one. I'm going to have to change some verbiage in there because, say, just over 100. Well, you got a lot more than that coming this year. It just keeps growing. You told us earlier that you shared with us that staff, everyone involved, including those who have signed up to take the class, around 160 plus people this year.
Yeah. It's a good thing that Santa's used to having people sit on his lap all day, because we might have the class from just that style.
Don't have to stack them in,
I hope most Santas have somebody on
fast.
both needs,
Uh-huh.
And you were saying that too about Piscaret, how beautiful Branson is. And it is. Once you get to a certain area coming into Branson, I'll tell you what, the hills are beautiful. It's green, the trees, and the rock formations and stuff. Branson is a very beautiful town.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you come in from the north, the south, the east, or the west. You're coming up 65 from the south. If you live in the southern states, absolutely gorgeous coming up through that way. We always just go on up and catch 44 and come across to Springfield and then come down. Better roads for us coming from the Dallas area. Doesn't have as many winds and curves. It's all interstate or highway. And it's, as soon as you leave Springfield, boom, it hits you in the face.
Yeah, and the thing about Branson, it's just basically centered in the United States. And it's just easy to get to. And Springfield's got a big airport,
Well, besides the big lake, the White River, which is absolutely beautiful, Branson Landing, I mean, it has so much to offer.
There's some good fishing in around there too.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that likes to go fishing every day, so his deep freezer is always open for me to get something. Anyways, let's do the trivia here. Dr. Seuss stories are known for rhyming, but there was a few that didn't. In this story, who lived in the kingdom of dead? And what was the title of the book? Give us the name of and who wrote and illustrated the book and what year it was published. Okay, so Dr. Seuss stories are well known for rhyming, but there was a few that didn't. In this story, who lived in the kingdom of dead? And what was the title of the book? Give us the name and who wrote it and illustrated the book and what year was it published?
Kingdom of Dead. That was a good one.
And can I give a little clue here?
Sure.
It wasn't Diddy.
I was fixing to ask that.
His kingdom was a whole lot different.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move along.
Because in his kingdom, he had that big river that flew through the middle of it. That kingdom or that river of oil. Okay, let's go on.
Let's move along.
All right, tonight's show would not be complete without the one, the only, our fabulous sister, who is also our brother in the red suit, founder of the very successful Santa's Magical Fellowship Group. This multi-talented, hardworking wordsmith we all know and love, and we are lucky to have her as a big part of the TNL family. Please, and I said please, stand in honor of our School of Santa's MC, Santa Mel, a.k.a. Melissa Riggers.
Oh, my goodness, guys. Oh, my. I'll have to pay you both later. And actually, you guys are too funny. Thank you so much for having me. Oh, my God. I'm still laughing from the baby oil river. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I'm glad to be here. Really excited for School of Santas.
You know, I think next year Bob's going to put that delay on the show. You know that way if they need to cut something out after I say it, they got that 5 second delay. It's like,
Cut
hey,
it out
where are
first.
you going with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mel, the best place to start since there is so much to talk about is School of Santa's 2025. You are the keynote speaker, uh, the
Well,
MC, not
no,
the
no,
speaker, but
yes, thank you.
the MC. Uh, and you actually took that job over last year, did a wonderful job with it. And, I can't think of anyone who would do better than you. You are fantastic at it. Everyone loves you. And MC, that's a big job. There's a lot to do over the course of 4 days. So my hat's off to you.
Well, I'm
And
honored.
so we're
Absolutely
going to
honored.
go ahead and move along. And let's talk about our keynote speaker, which I almost said a while ago, and I didn't mean to. Lee Andrews. Lee has nearly 3 decades of bringing joy and laughter to audiences worldwide and has creatively crafted a career that spans from circus rings to Santa chairs while amassing over 6,000 performances. Now, I know that you had a chance to talk with Lee. Tell us a little bit about that. Well,
Oh, okay. I was like waiting for Spangle to answer.
no,
Yes, Lee is amazing with 3 decades in the business, counting Santa. He he's a Santa. He is a captivating speaker. He's got such an amazing wealth of information to share. Some really wonderful stories. And when you talk to Lee, it's kind of like talking to a brother. He doesn't know a stranger. He is the nicest, kindest guy you will ever meet. He'll literally give you the shirt off his back. And he really brings a lot to School of Santas. He presents many different topics in a way that is just so easy to understand and so much fun. Um, definitely a big person, big headliner to have at the show. We're really excited. I think, and I know that it's just going to be an amazing time learning from Lee. So, which is amazing. So, but
well, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't ask Spangle the same questions.
Well,
Spangle, tell us a little bit about Lee that you know.
well, Lee and I were kind of, come from the same roots, same circus and stuff, at different times, different eras. But I just want to throw this out there onto what Mel was saying about how kind he is and how he, you can ask him anything and he'll literally give you the shirt off his back. So, folks, please don't ask Lee too much. We don't want Lee running around the School of Santas half naked, okay? All right, we want to keep this a family atmosphere, okay? So,
My goodness.
Lee, he had great mentors. I would, be fair to say that Leon, one of the greats in the Santa industry, was a great mentor to him. And so, so much of what Leon does is in Lee, and how he portrays everything, and even like Steve Gillum and stuff. I think so. We're bringing stuff in from all different people into Lee, or they are bringing stuff
Really.
into Lee, and then Lee's sharing all of that knowledge. I mean, it's like we got a whole group of top-notch performers up there.
oh yeah,
Well, and we mentioned before on the show, I didn't mention it tonight, but we will because it is important. You've tried to get Lee to be the keynote speaker in years past, but Lee is one of the hardest working men in the clowning industry now, as well as the Santa business. When you combine everything that he does throughout the whole year with the fair scene that he does, and I know that you work really hard, and he was finally able to rearrange his schedule this year to make it into the School of Santa's 25.
Yeah, and we're very pleased and lucky to have him.
it's exciting.
Well, most least recently, let's go, that Lee acquired Pro Nose. I mean, anybody, like me and a lot of us, clowns, we all know Pro Nose, the world's largest clown nose producer, created by his mentor, legendary Ringling Brothers. circus clown Leon McBride. Leon trained Lee from the age of 6 and was one of Lee's closest friends.
That is so cool. But hey, you two, hey, before we go too far, let's not forget to tell everyone about SOS. Sound like a plan?
Wait a minute. What is SOS?
I don't know, but for $459, you'll enjoy 4 full days of top-notch education, 2, not 1, but 2 amazing Branson shows, 3 delicious lunches, can't talk today, and 4 festive summer-inspired dinners. Plus, if you're staying at the host hotel, you'll get delicious hot breakfast free of charge and an evening snack. And I tell you, did someone say cobbler? Because we're going to bring out the cobbler, fam. That is the best, that hot cobbler at night with some ice cream. Plus, when you come, you're going to get a personalized gift certificate, a photo with Santa Lee himself, and a digital class photo to remember the whole time that you're there with us and keep that magic in your heart every time you look at the photo. But more, I feel like I tell it one of those tell the people that I see on TV people, but wait, there's more. That's not all. You'll have access to shop at the Stuff for Santa Mega Store. Also get the chance to meet all of us at Tuesday Night Live, the whole crew in person. So that's exciting. We're excited to see you.
Yeah, and we got a lot more vendors this year too, so that's kind of cool. Not only in the mega store, but you'll get to do all that other,
Well, and that's a good point. If you're in the Branson area, Springfield, Missouri, anywhere within driving distance, and you was not able to get a chair at the school this year because it is pretty much sold out as we spoke, you're welcome to come down, stick your head in, say hi to everyone, and especially shop the many vendors that we will talk about a little bit more here in the show later on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's
If you do come down, you see either Bob or Mel or myself, and we do want to get you a guest badge for
correct.
The bouncers don't bounce you out of there.
That's correct. Just go see Carol McMasters. That's my wife. She is in charge of badges, and she will get you in. Can't find her, just ask anyone where she's at, or like I say, Spangle, Mel, myself, and we'll take care of you from there. But again, with the expanded vendors and things, it would really be worth anyone's time in the area to come down and see what all there is to offer in the vendors room.
Absolutely.
But let's go ahead.
They're not even only in the vendor room this year. We've busted the walls and we're in the hallways now too.
The whole hallway.
Yeah.
The only thing that I hate is that you had to move the TNL booth into the men's restroom.
Well,
I'll wait outside.
But we did. I know you don't like it that we put you in there, but we did use the handicap stall, so it's a little bigger.
The acoustics will be good.
And it does say TNL Crew, so I mean, we're all good.
Except for Mel.
All right, Spangle Bell, let's run through the other instructors lined up for this year's School of Santas. It's a great list. You don't just come here to see Lee. Lee is the featured keynote speaker. We'll be putting on a lot of hours of school presentations, but you have also other folks that come in and do presentations. So, Mel, let's start off with Shirley Winter.
Well, Shirley Winter is going to present Sharing a Book with a Child. Now, Shirley's amazing. She's been a lifelong educator with 40 years experience in special ed. Her presentation is always so heartwarming and so wonderful. You pick up so much to sharing a book with a child. She goes
and you know what's cool? You know what's cool about having her there? She brings free books for everybody.
She does, absolutely. I have quite a few of them myself, and they have come in handy. And I've donated a couple to women's shelters, after I read them. So she's just wonderful with that, and it's such a great program.
Yeah, on the Money Show last year, I did a series of book presentations about children's books, and kind of did a quick synopsis of what each book was. And when we got down to Branson this last year, once the check-in registration table is done for the day, we kind of move everything out of the way and let her have those tables, and she just stacks it deep with boxes and baskets full of books. And I was able to find several of the books that I had highlighted in my series that I wished I had that I didn't have. So I was able to bring some home also. That's really a plus to be able to get free books to take to your visits. And and read to the children. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing.
okay, moving along, let's talk about Roger Minton, Spangle.
Well, this is probably a better one for Mel to talk about because she is an ambassador to the Kringle Tracker. But
Well,
Roger Minton, he not only, is going to be teaching the class about the Kringle Tracker and, managing his clients and, their finances and all that, but he's also a big mentor for me or a helper for me on any IT situations that may pop up during the school. And he even helps me with the photo booth stuff. So, it's great to have him there. And maybe Mel wants to talk a little bit more about the Kringle
yes,
Tracker.
let's let her talk about Roger also.
Roger, my brother, is just absolutely amazing. He created the CRM program, Kringle Tracker. I use it. It is a CRM program made by a Santa for the Christmas community. And it does everything to organizing your clients, your events, invoicing, tax time. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. And he's got a really good trial program that's pretty long. I think it's 21 days. And it's really, you can try the full program before you buy it. And the customer service, sometimes a lot of my problem is between the keyboard and the chair. But no matter what time I have a problem and I reach out on that chat, either Roger, Michael, or Ben is there. If I'm not understanding something, someone's always there. So their customer support is amazing. I'm kind of biased, because Roger's my brother from another mother.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me ask you about the customer service support here. Did you say that their customer service support is USA based?
It is USA based.
Wow,
Yes.
blown away.
Absolutely, all the way in Fowlerville, Michigan. But they're always there. It's a great program, and it continues to evolve, and it's user friendly. If I can work it, oh gosh, you guys are all fine. So it's just it really saved me money in taxes last year because I could track everything, and I mean, Generation X, or most of my lists are post-it notes on the walls. This organizes everything in one central location, and I can even access it on my phone. There's no app needed. You just go on the web browser on your phone and you can use it. It's perfect.
Yeah, at least you use post-it notes on the wall. I'm getting tired of using the whiteout on my computer screen.
Yeah, it's hard to scrape off after a while. Yeah. So Kringle Tracker is a really cool CRM program. So check it out. He'll be there. We'll have his monitors on. He'll give you a little run through. He's going to talk about it. Then I think he's going to talk a little bit about AI as well, which is really cool.
Which is a very hot topic right now. I want to address AJ's question here. AJ, everything's good. We don't completely put away the registration. If we have badges and folks have not showed up, we do have a little spot still reserved for that. And either I or my wife, Carol, or again, just grab anybody. If you get there late, no worries. We got you. If you've already signed up through Tanya and, if you have a place at the table, you're good. So,
well, Bob,
no
you're
worries.
You're a lot nicer than I am, because I would have told AJ, if you guys are driving in and you're late and they're just not driving fast enough, you need to jump out of the car and just take off running because you need to get here. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay. How about Seth Boys, the photographer? Yeah. This year we got a different photographer in the house. She's going to be doing some things a little bit different. And if we're doing the wedding vow, she has got a special package for, I think we have 13 couples doing the wedding vows this year. And, she's got a special package to help you really remember that moment.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry
right,
about
Mel.
that. Wind blew my internet.
To interview a lot of these folks ahead of time in a little short interview. And so tell us more about Steph.
Steph's amazing. And I know you were just briefly talking about her. She has been a photographer for many, many years. I think 13 from what I see here, but I know it goes back. It's a passion of hers, and she's not brand new to the Santa community. She's been around for a couple years, but she has such an amazing approach. She can bring out the best in you. A lot of us, we hate pictures of ourselves. If I take a normal picture of me, I'm like, I don't want to see it. But as Santa, it's something different. And she took a picture of me at Santa Family Reunion in my new green suit, and I just love it. She teaches you how to pose. She'll tell you which way to turn. She'll find your best angle, your best light. And for marketing, I mean, just to have those pictures on my website and handouts, you can't beat it. And you can't beat her price either, which is amazing. And her turnaround time is so quick, guys. So quick. So, and she's cool too. She's a really cool
Oh
person.
yeah, definitely. Guess what, Spangle?
Tell me.
AJ says I can't run. Laugh out loud.
I can't.
All right,
either.
let's go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said I can't run either.
I don't think any of us can at this point in life. All right, let's go ahead and let's jump into Larry Talbot. Spangle, you've known Larry a long time. All of us have, but you've probably known him longer than we have. So tell us about Larry and what he will be doing.
Well, do you want me to tell you the version about Larry that we can air, or do you want me to wait and tell you about Larry in the green room?
I've got to get that button. Where is that button? I know I got that button somewhere.
Larry, he's Santa Magic. I mean, he's not trying to teach you how to do magic to go out there and put on a full-blown magic show. That's not what he's trying to do. Larry's trying to teach you a couple little subtle magic tricks that are easy to perform, that anybody can perform, but it's going to elevate your Santa up, because it's not that you're doing magic, it's that magical things are happening around you. Something like, wow, how did that happen? Well, it happened because Santa's in the room, and then he's going to give a little, his speech is a two-part speech. He's going to share some magic with you that we can, all do. But he's also going to, share about the insurance and what it covers and what it don't cover and why you need it and how you can get it and all the things that his insurance covers. That he actually stepped up the game in the Santa insurance world on what it does. I mean, there's other companies now trying to jump on and follow what he's doing, but I mean, you just will go with the one that started it, and he's just a good guy. I get all my insurance for my performing through him, and he also covers the school too, and he's thorough and he's quick and no problem.
I know.
If you watched the show, last week, we had him on. Go ahead, Mel.
Oh, I have my insurance for him too. He's amazing.
With 41 years in the insurance industry and his father being an insurance man, he grew up in that industry. 10 years as a performing Santa and a lifelong magic lover. As we documented last week, he started at a very young age as a magic lover, and that's what he has come back to later on here in life, and started the Santa props and things that he uses and shares with everyone. My favorite still got to be the flaming book or the flaming wallet. Those are great. There's a lot of great props that he uses, and he'll be showing those and talking about those there at the school.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to Miranda Ritter. Now, she's a returner also. She comes each year. Tell us about Miranda, Spangle.
Well, Miranda, she is a very dear friend of, mine and Georgetta's. And she just is just funny. She gets up there. She doesn't bring the reindeer. It's July. It's Branson. It's just not weather for the reindeer to be out. They need to be in fans and cool air and all that. But she's going to come in and she's going to talk and she's going to answer all your questions, because those children have questions about your reindeer, and she's going to tell you about them. And we're probably going to get an added bonus this year with her dad. Her dad's came before, but her dad possibly might be attending the whole school too. So, as you get a question now and then, I'm sure he'd be happy to help answer that. But, she's always a plus. And, we like to send her home with some reindeer snacks and things like that. And, we enjoy having her there.
It's an amazing.
Well, she has
and Bob.
Yes.
Guess what she did that you didn't do?
What?
She tried the peppers.
Oh. Well, she's a better man than I am.
Now, mind you, we just tried to get you to take a little sliver of a pepper. She ate 2 spoonfuls of it.
Lord Almighty.
And
My
Now,
stomach still hurts from last year.
she said it was good.
well, I got a private message from a very, very, very dear friend that was concerned about my health and said that it could cause death. And that person advised me not to do it. And so when somebody gives you that kind of message, you almost have to listen.
I think you need to reach over to your refrigerator and open up the jar.
I had jalapeno for supper. That's but as far as I can go.
We're
Now-
selling this jar.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
right
there it is.
Got it.
We're selling it. It's for
Yeah.
sale if anybody wants to buy it.
I eat a jar of that about every week. Come on
Start
now.
getting
One
50
little piece, Bob. Hey, Bob, let's do it right now on television.
I can't
You
do it.
did promise to do it, so I think it's a good time to do it.
Yeah, let's not say I did. Okay, I did it. Fantastic. It was really hot, guys.
Great job, Bob. I'm proud of you.
All right. Hey, how about Sean White? Hey, how about Bob? You want to talk about Sean White?
Well, I was going to ask Mel about Miranda's approach to her Q&As, how she uses the knowledge that she has from being in the industry for so long as a reindeer wrestler, or wrangler. But her wit, her funniness, the way she can take a very serious question and make it so funny that when she gets through her presentation, your sides are hurting.
I love Miranda. Let me just put it out there. She is just amazing. And you're right, her wit, the way she presents herself, the way she tells stories, you feel like you're talking to your cousin down on the farm. I mean, you will leave with so much knowledge and so much facts and just layers of education that you never even knew that you needed to know. And I tell you what, so much of that comes in context in my visits. I pull out a lot of the facts that I've learned from her with the reindeer, talking to children about the reindeer. But I guess the way she presents it, you never see someone quite present it like Miranda does, because it's reinforced with wit, it's reinforced with humor. But what's really cool is, and I'm sure you guys see this too, if you look at her eyes, you can see the passion and how much she cares and loves these critters. She is just, she's a Sammy in my book. She's just amazing.
I thought you were going to say if you looked into her eyes, you could see reindeer frolicking around.
You probably could. You probably could. And you know me, I have a healthy addiction to reindeer, so.
You looked into her eyes, you could see flames in the back because of all those peppers.
Yeah.
Probably still burning.
All right, Spangle, let's go ahead and move along, and let's talk about Sean White. She is, of course, part of the TNL family, along with the rest of us, and she is slated to come in this year and do a presentation, so tell us about that.
Yeah, she's brand new this year, and I hope she likes us at SOS. I mean, we do things a little bit different there. And she's really going to bring in some classic holiday spirit with a modern flair. She is kind of more of an old world Mrs. Claus, I would kind of like to say, and not that, and all you modern ladies out there, you're going to love her because, what's not to love? And
She's amazing.
Yeah, you got anything to add to that, Mel?
I think, having a strong woman presenter is always important. We've had Judith Broderick and Dana Gold in the past, quite a different, Shirley Winter, a lot of different women have been up and talking. But I think the way Sean White, and if you've joined us on the TNL platform on Monday night for her show, she's Mrs. Claus Vintage, and she has that vintage vibe, like you were saying, Bob. You can learn so much from her. The way she presents is just wonderful. You learn without knowing you're learning. So yeah. I'm excited that she's presenting this year. It's a first for her at School of Santa's to present, but she's going to knock it out of the park. I don't have any doubts at all. And Elizabeth, I'm excited to hug Sean White too. She's amazing.
And at the School of Santa's, we are a Santa school, but we do very much try to strive on the Mrs. side of it too, sure, and bring in a lot of female presenters too. because at the School of Santas, you're not picking and choosing what class you're going to. We're all there. We're a family, and we're bringing the presenters to you, and not you going to the presenters.
What's a great mix of everything Claus. It doesn't matter if it's Santa, Mrs. Claus. We even have elves that show up there, and that's kind of wants to give us a lead in to our next little segment here that we want to talk about. We had a very, very, very special, I can't say very special enough, elf working with us this year and done a lot of the promotions. Fantastic. You want to show them the sticker, or is that something that you was going to say?
We're
Let's show
making
the sticker.
making a sticker for the elf this year.
How many of you can figure this out? This has been a stumper for some. I'm sure you've heard us all say.
Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat if you can figure that out. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and introduce.
Well, if you introduce it, now you're going to say it.
Well, no, let's just talk about the elf helper and give everyone a chance to kind of put their answer in. Elf helper that was in charge of marketing this year and promotions and website development and keeping up with the.
And it's blowing up with the answers right now.
I see that. I see that. So it wasn't that hard, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead, Angela, and let's put up a picture of that little special elf. There she is.
And there she is wearing the this year's School of Santa shirt.
Absolutely. Noel is a very important part of this organization. And you want me to tell how I got started with Noel, Bob?
Absolutely. To go ahead and spill all the beans.
It's a short, long story. For those of you who know me, know I've been a Santa for many, many years. Gosh, 32 this year. Feeling old. Well, I've gotten in the world of clowning a little bit, and I wanted a Christmas clown name that kind of got people's attention. So my dear friend there in the middle of the screen suggests, how about Noel, but O-E? Oh, Noel. So the name Noel was born. It is spelled N-O-E because it's Noel. So I decided I've been doing a lot of the web work. Spangle's let me a lot of the web work and a lot of the advertising and a lot of the marketing emails. And I wanted something cute, slightly annoying, and slightly whimsical. And I said, wait a minute, let me see if I can design an elf. So I told it everything I wanted. I wanted white hair, pointy ears, rustic, non-red and green. I wanted a brown outfit, and it came up with Noel. So this is the elf I created. Noel is the AI elf. She answers all the questions on the emails. She'll put posts on Facebook. She's put some posts on the website. She'll reach out to you if you have a question. You know, if you see an email sign no, you know, it's Noel. And I think she's even going to make an appearance at School of Santas. So she may be little and tiny on the screen, but she's not little and tiny in person. I promise you that. She's actually, I have gotten, last I counted, 67 emails about Noel and how to design and market using different AI, which is really neat because it's just some dumb idea. I said, hey, Spangle, can I do this? And he's like, give it a shot. So I give all the credit to God and Spangle because we came up with this character and she's blown up. We're even going to do something special at School of Santas. You might get tagged with a Noel sticker. We'll see what happens. But it's a really neat way to get the name out there, to put a little levity, to say, you know, this is your elf. It's kind of like your purser, you know, or like your airline flight attendant that's there for you. You'll have, at School of Santa, you'll have email messages every day from Noel. She's kind of the Melissa Wrangler, which is good because someone needs to keep me in line. And it's just a fun way to have an alternate personality. If you notice, Noel's very bubbly, very silly at times. And she kind of brings a yin to my yang. So we've been using it a lot. What do you think, Spangle?
I love Noel. I think the whole concept of having the elf doing everything is very cool. It makes it festive, makes it feel like it's coming from the North Pole.
Mhm. Well, I like it because I put heart with um, imaging. Noelle speaks like she's an actual person because behind her there is. But it's kind of neat. She's even got a couple friend requests, which is strange. I guess I need to get that Facebook page. But yeah, so thank you. Yeah, she's our AI elf. She's always got her face buried in a computer. If you see her walking around School of Santa, she might have her face buried in a laptop to say hi. But like Elizabeth said, elf power makes the world go round. So it's pretty fun. So
Yeah, but you know what, Mel? She is definitely you and your ultra creative personality. And I tell you this all the time because you really are good at being a wordsmith. But the combination of you as a wordsmith, your creative personality, and the AI version of No L is definitely hit with everyone.
Thank you, thank you. I do like to write. I'm not the best writer in the world, so I think through spell check, but I try to always put feeling in words in my writing, um, because I believe that's a lost art of communication. Everyone's like always LOL, ROTFL, So I like to actually write and use alliteration. So getting better at it. But thank you for your kind words. I enjoy it. And again, I am beyond blessed, beyond grateful to Spangle and Jetta for giving me this opportunity. It has been, I can't believe I've been doing this since before January, Spangle?
Yeah.
It just every day, and it doesn't even feel like it. It's amazing. So
hey, you did really good at sharing your screen with the Noel. Okay.
Yeah.
In a moment, I'm just going to throw this out there to you. I want you to pull up the helpers. Okay, we're going to come back to that in a little bit, but that way we can go through them too.
Is there anything to do with the presenters that we haven't covered that either one of you want to throw in here before we move along?
No,
I'll take it as a no.
I think we've kind of covered that, and I think we've got
Okay.
everybody there.
So then next, let's go ahead and introduce the School of Santa's crew for 2025. Of course, hosting this party is Spangle. Spangle, tell us how you came up with a vision of the school.
Well, I don't know how I really came up with it. I had brought Susan in first, and after attending her school, and I just kind of wanted to start doing something where in the Ozarks, closer to home, and bringing things up. And so, that was started, and shortly next, you came in, Bob, you and Gordon. And we've headed at the same place every time, and I get people now telling me, "Hey, Spangle, you need to move to a different location. You've outgrown this location," and we're busting at the seams this time. I know we are, but this is where I want to be, and I want it to be. That's all. I don't want it to grow 200, 300, 400. I don't want it to. I don't want it to be a Santa Fe reunion or an ISC or anything like that. I want to keep the smaller family type atmosphere. I think, when we leave, I think, you've really made some connections, and that's where I like to be.
Very true. And yes, you on two fronts, really, it's unique because number one, it is in Branson where there's so much to do. I mean, who can't have a good time in Branson? If you go to Branson and you walk out of there without having a good time, and just excluding the school, just with the shows and the theme parks and the lakes and the river and Branson Landing, and I mean everything that Branson has to offer, something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then number two, the thing that really makes it unique, and when you and I have talked about this a million times, the fact that you can prepare your meals there and have your own servers, because that is a no in the hotel conference industry, as you and I have found out, even looking for new locations for Cornerstones this year. You was helping in that search, and it's just you just can't find another location that allows that, and you have such a unique setup there that what makes it part of the success of it all.
Yeah, and just love it. And we're well taken in by the hotel, and I think the hotel really tries to do a lot of stuff for us, and help us, and are there for us. And I don't want to turn my back on them either, because they've been here for me for a long time. And even before, this is what our 8th year doing the Santa school there. But even before that, we did clown stuff there. So we've been around that hotel for a long time.
Exactly. And been through different management and name change even. So
Yeah. Were you able to pull that up? Can we
it's,
share her screen?
well, let me go ahead and pull it up. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we have it in this view. So then we have. It's not. Okay.
Hold on.
Well, we want to, you want to go by the way the deal is, or by the listing that we have?
Do we have a listing?
What do you
Yeah,
want
I've
me
got
to
it
do?
here on the script. Because your beautiful wife is next. And I mean, again, very unique situation working with your wife day in and day out. Her being such a big part of your life, our lives. We've all fallen in love with Jetta, and just love putting her on a pedestal because she is so unique, hardworking, lovable, kind. I mean, I can't say enough good
Yeah. In
things about
fact,
Jetta.
Georgetta, come here, please.
Is she listening? I'm in trouble if she is.
She is one of my amazing friends. I love Georgetta. She
Yeah,
is just amazing.
she's right here working hard behind the scenes. Oh,
She
sorry.
does. She can,
We don't have the camera on right now. Say hello though. Say hello.
Hi.
Georgetta,
well, here,
Okay, come here.
let her jump in real quick, Spangle. Say hi.
Hi. They want you to say hi.
Wait
Okay.
a minute.
hi, Jetta.
There you go. Hi, Jetta.
She is really, it says I'm the host, but she's running the show. Yeah, she's the boss. Yeah, and she's got the perfect title right there. She is the Spangle Wrangler.
Yeah, it says the toughest job of them all, and I do believe that to be true. Anybody can put up with you 24/7.
God bless.
Oh my goodness.
You ain't kidding.
Okay, let's go ahead and move along. We've talked about Melissa Rickard. Everybody knows Mel, Santa Mel. She is the MC and much, much more. MC is just a small portion of what Mel does for the school now, and couldn't do it without her. She's fantastic. Everybody loves Mel, one of the most popular people in all of the red suit industry. And you got anything else to add to that, Spangle?
You guys are too sweet.
I feel like I'm third in line here, because it might be Georgetta, Mel, and then me.
No, we had you first. Who was the host of this party?
No, I meant in who's running the show at the school.
Oh, okay. I got you.
No, it's a blessing.
No.
It's a blessing.
All right, so we want to go ahead and move along to the executive program director. That's up in the left corner there, Angela, which is Jessica Rosa. Jessica's been with you from the beginning and then some. I mean, you and Jessica's history goes back years and years and years, as her being a photographer, studio photographer, and you being her first Santa that worked many sessions and so much more. You want to talk about Jessica for a moment?
Oh, do I have to?
Yes,
Well, I mean, we can let Mel do it.
No. Jessica, I mean, she's basically family to us. And it's, she's taken a step back this year on a lot of this stuff. And Mel's taken a step or two forward on a lot of this stuff. So, Jessica's been a big help, and she still is a help. I mean, I talk to her a couple times a day still, and she's probably wishing she had an unlisted number.
Well, and she's made it publicly known that she's going through some stuff right now, personally, and so she needed some time. And the gracious man that you are, you said yes, and even though, like you said, she's still very much involved, and of course you asked Mel to step in, and I think Mel jumped in and did not know what she was getting herself into, but has picked up without losing the step and carried on and done a fantastic job, as we mentioned.
Well, because I know how amazing Jessica is, and it's Bill. So I need to keep that momentum going. I tell Spangle he gets what he pays for.
All right, let's move along to our welcoming host.
Oh, look at this. I know these people. Hold on.
Angela.
It's not me, it's Mel that does.
Oh, Mel's doing it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you could probably take this.
We're doing.
You
Wait,
could
how's
probably-
this? Duh.
It's not my computer screen, it's Mel.
I was gonna say you could probably put Mel's computer screen back to full screen.
Mel's computer screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Where that's the whole
The
image.
whole thing without us in the corner, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way
There
it
you
kind
go.
of shows it a
That's
little
what you
more.
want.
There we go.
All right. So our welcoming host is me and my wife, and I'll let you guys speak for us.
Well, you know, Bob has been very blessed to be married to Carol. Carol is in our prayers every day for being married to Bob.
Absolutely. 51
Yeah.
years.
But they, you know, they have been the icons. There's other people that help them, but they kind of run the show as you come in. They're, you know, you always want to put your best foot forward, and you know that's the ones that's the ones you see, and that's where it starts with right here. So they're welcoming you, and you know we got to pick the best of the best to have them do that job.
Yeah.
It's a big job and a lot of things, and we keep doing more things at Bob. Bob will also be doing the tickets for the gloves this year, and there's probably a couple other jobs that he'll be gathering up too.
Tumblers.
And Bob is the grill master for the Thursday night dinner.
Hmm. Absolutely. And, you know, Spangler, you really hit on it when you say the best of the best. I'll tell you what, when you walk in, even before you get to the registration booth, you feel immediately welcome and part of the family because of Bob and Carol. They don't know strangers. They chat with you. You're just warm folk. You know, you're just wonderful, wonderful, warm people. I couldn't think of anyone better to be, you know, the welcome host, because literally it's like the Olive Garden when you're here, your family, and that's the way everybody feel. And it just always puts a smile on my face. And you know, I do keep Carol in my prayers every night as well. But you're just perfect, and you know, I don't know how you do it, Bob, out there in that heat grilling.
The labor of love.
Yeah, it gets you like
That
a
really puts a smile on 100+ people's faces, and that's what keeps me going. And of course, you know, thank you guys so much for all the kind words. I wouldn't be me without my wife, my family, my daughter over here in the corner, our son, granddaughter, in-laws that when I was young helped, you know, mold me along with my parents. I mean, everybody has been so instrumental, but you know, our Santa family is what really keeps us driven now, and keeps us going day in and day out. We just love everyone in the Santa community.
Hey, Bob, you were talking about your in-laws. Do you know the difference between in-laws and outlaws?
I've heard this before, but tell me again.
Outlaws are wanted.
goodness gracious.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
He's
All right,
one
let's
of the
move
most-
along. We still got a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and move into our lead audio engineer, our tech. He's up there in the top right corner. There you go. That is the one and only Santa Scott Saratian, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. If you've been to the School of Santas, you've been to North Pole Cornerstones, you've been to many of the events that we do with TNL on the road. Scott is the driving force behind the TNL on the road portion of things, and our coordinator as far as everything goes when it comes to a lot of things behind the scenes. And again, he takes care of the lighting, the audio, runs the soundboard, and gets in the way. How's that?
Well, yeah. Well, you know, with Scott there, you know, because we have the school there and all the presenters coming up, and he makes them all day. But then we also bring in some Branson entertainers, and you know, he's got to, you know, go from a classroom style show to a, you know, flow on band or, you know, entertainment show.
Yeah. How about the spotlight that young lady sitting there with us that jumps up on that stand and throws that spotlight around like she's been doing it her whole life? Mel?
That's my favorite. I love that spotlight.
Have you seen her jump up there too? I mean, I'm telling you, somebody needs to get a video this year.
Well,
I
had to
cannot
do it.
believe 275 pounds could jump that high that one year. I can't believe I hurdled that train case. That was funny.
I had to do it a couple of times. Filling when Mel was doing something else, but she makes it look easy, and she has a fun time at it, and does a great job at it. So, and you know, when the entertainment comes up afterwards and tells you how good of a job you've done, these folks have been in entertainment for years and work on stages everywhere. So that should make your heart feel good.
It does. It does. And Scott's the man. I mean, he's got all sorts of equipment. You know, we've got great microphones, great lighting, you know, between him and Spangle and everybody. I mean, I think we have some of the top equipment in the industry. And you're right. You have to go from a classroom setting to like a concert hall in a matter of minutes. And he can pivot on a dime with that. So that's really cool.
He makes it happen.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
And he is also out there with you, Bob, helping
That's right.
grill up some stuff. And then we have AJ that comes out there and helps you guys a little
That's
bit.
correct,
too.
and AJ too. That's correct. You know, it takes an army to feed an army.
That's right.
Absolutely. So
Okay, moving along, let's go and talk about the. We kind of already hit on this, but let's hit it again anyway. The IT advisor to Spangle, which is Roger Minton.
Yeah, Roger's there. He's helping me a lot, and I'm just glad to have him as a part of the team.
He's a super
Absolutely.
smart.
Roger's always a hoot, no matter where you go or where you see him. He's a hoot.
I love it.
I was talking to Roger last night, and you know, it was amazing talking to him, and how he felt about himself last night was out of this world. I mean, he was really proud of himself last night. He caught the my joke before I even gave the clue to it.
I was impressed because you catch me every time.
That's an achievement for sure.
And,
all right, in-house production lead.
In-house production lead. All right.
Yes, that would be the one and only Rob Wood, our hardest working guy in our crew. He is set up, load, unload. I don't care what you ask Rob to do. He is Rob on the spot and gets it done immediately. He is such an incredible person. As we had him on the show earlier this year, and we highlighted all the things that Robert does, and he's an incredible human being, and we're so happy to have him on board.
You know what? You know, he's got the heart of a missionary. I mean, he's there to serve.
Yeah, he does. You know, if you've caught his little devotionals in the morning, it's a good way to start your day. He is the hardest working dude, and he's the nicest guy in the world. So that's a perfect description, Spangle.
Absolutely. Now, this is one person that this whole 8 years of School of Santas in Branson would not be possible without. She is one of the most remarkable people, hardworking, dedicated. She puts up with Spangle all day. She's almost like what Jetta has to put up with. That is Tanya Lay. She is phenomenal. That's Branson Ticket Travel, and there's so much to say about Tanya. I'm gonna let you guys go from there.
Well, you know, Tanya is not only everything the school needs, she's also a dear friend, and she's the one-stop shop. I mean, we tell people, you know, you call this number, talk to Tanya. She's going to do your registration. She's going to do your hotel. If you have special needs or special this or special that you know you need for your room, she's going to figure out how to make that happen. If you want to come a week earlier and you want to stay a week later, she will help you arrange your whole itinerary on where to go, what to see, what to do. And she's probably going to find you some better rates than what you would get if you called the theaters themselves. Now,
and
yes, go ahead.
That's not just during the School of Santa. She can do that year round.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. You know, she's there for you all the time.
Always.
Yeah.
She's helped me with so much in the background, with making sure everyone's communicated with and helping with a couple of side things. She's just amazing. And she's so friendly and helpful. And she never has a negative attitude. She's always like, I'm happy to do this for you. She's just an awesome, awesome lady.
One of these days we might put her on payroll
There you
or
go.
not.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Okay, let's move along now. This is another aspect of the School of Santas, year in, year out, that we just got to say thank you, thank you, thank you to the culinary team. That's Elena, which is Georgetta's niece. Georgetta,
Yep.
Mrs. Clown or Mrs. Spangle or whatever you want to refer to her as. Jetta is what we all call her. Anna Marie.
Well, Anna
And
Marie's in that picture because I think she's been with me from pretty close to day one of the school.
Well, even before that, because she's done other things for you outside of the school.
Right. She works with me in my entertainment stuff.
Uh-huh.
We do the big events, and she's crowd controller because people don't mess with her. And then but she's going to be gone in Paris or Ireland or somewhere this year with grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Christina for the first year on the end. She's coming in, and then her other half will be joining us also in the kitchen.
Awesome. They work so hard and they make everything so seamless, and it looks so easy on our end, but they work so hard on the back end. Just an amazing group of ladies.
You know, that's pretty much the whole theme of School of Santa. So, Mel, when you stop and think about it, we work hard so you guys don't have to. You come in, you have fun, you enjoy the fellowship, you enjoy the entertainment, you enjoy the curriculum being taught by top-notch speakers, presenters. And I don't think, and I've said this a million times, but it's so true. Folks do not have the gist of what it takes to put a production on like the School of Santas or any other major event, be it Santa Family Reunion or the ISC or even some of the larger schools.
Now we do have to scroll up. We do have one more group of people to thank.
Sleigh full of helpers and volunteers?
Yes, because there are so many people that show up early and are help setting up the lights, help setting up some of the stage stuff, help setting up the Christmas trees and the decorations, and trying to, make sure the tables are in the right spot, and setting out candies and cookies and all. I mean, there are a lot of people behind the scenes, and me walking up to you at mealtime and handing you a microphone and asking you to say grace and things like this. There's a lot of people that are doing things that we just need to thank them all.
Yeah, Liz Ruiz says it's a lot of work for sure, and she should know.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's involved in quite a few different projects, and of course, now in charge of the Santa Family Reunion. And when you're talking about 600 people, there's a lot of people to satisfy there. So,
yeah,
okay, I think this is a great place. Maybe time to end the show. Let's get up, stretch your legs, your back. Don't wander off too far because the second half of the show continues right after the break with Stuff for Santa's commercial, followed by the second trivia and more.
Awesome.
Oh, hello there. Yes, of course, it's me, Santa Claus. Now, you may not believe this, but one of the questions I get asked the most is, well, not how do I do it all in one night? No, but where do I get all my things from? Yes, now, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the finest things I have. My glorious gloves, all my knickknacks and trinkets and things. Yes, all the giveaways. Yes, for me to give to the children before the main event. Yes, if I see them in the streets, if they come and see me, I like to have something in my pocket I can treat them with. Yes, and there's one special place where I can find all these magical goods. And that is, of course, StuffForSanta.com. You should head there now and see what magical gifts you can find. Mrs. Claus, have you got my ice pad? Yes, log me on, I'm going to have a look. I shall see you there. StuffForSanta.com. Merry Christmas.
I've always just loved where he says, "Mrs. Claus, do you have my ice pad?"
Yeah.
Instead of pad.
iPad, ice pad.
Yeah.
My favorite is get a little something in my pocket.
Yes.
I play
Hey,
with Heidi on that one too when she's around.
yeah. Okay. This question, let's do something. School of Santa's. We're gonna send you out one of these. School of Santa's mug comes with this little cool straw kit. You get a straight straw, a thin straw, even a straw cleaner. I mean, come on, got to keep them straws clean.
Mhm.
For all of you that just want one of these because they're cool, they're insulated, double insulated, and it's even got the lid that closes or opens. So that's really cool too. Some just have a hole there all the time. $15. We'll ship it to you free. So, hey, get it. Anyways, let's go back to Dr. Seuss. What was the last book written by Dr. Seuss before his death in September 24th, 1991? Who first published it, and what was the month, date, and year of the last publication during his lifetime? Boy, when I started reading the date of his death, I felt like I was giving the answer to a question away.
Well, I could have made that part of the answer, but I didn't.
Yeah. What was the last book written by Dr. Seuss before his death in September 24th, 1991? Who first published it, and what was the month, date, and year of his last publication during his lifetime?
All right, so we need, of course, the name of the book, the publisher, and the full date, month, date, and year of the last that last publication was the book that we're speaking of. So make it simple. It's really only three answers.
And there is that man. Whoops, it just went away. Oops. And there is that man right there. Man, it keeps going away when I.
Your phone's going wacko.
Well, you ain't kidding. I was trying to pull up a picture of him. Kind of turn this. If anybody's ever wanted to know, he's really not the cat in the hat. There he is, right there.
Them right there, exactly.
All right.
All right, so let's move along to the second half of tonight's program, covering all things School of Santa 25, kicking off in 17 days. Gosh, man, it seems so far away, but yet it'll be here with a blink of an eye.
Man, it is here. I am like pulling my hair out right now, if you guys can notice. Like, I got a lot of printing stuff that I'm getting done, and we're processing and all this, and it's like, okay, I'm hoping everything gets here. I got banners coming in, I got this coming in, I got that coming in, and yeah, so everything better get here on time, which it's all scheduled to. And we got a new product that we're debuting there. It's supposed to be here Monday, so good. Hey, anyways, guys, let's talk about an awesome group of vendors who've been bringing their goods and wares for all of you to see. Now, this year, we're having a record number of people. So I guess that's your line, isn't it, Bob?
No, you can take it.
Yeah. Okay. So we are busting at the seams with vendors. I mean, we have the one room where we have, some premier Santa suits usually every year. We got, the photography. We got TNL, who's not really in the bathroom, for you shy folks. And then we have a vendor room that's got some vendors. We got Spangle in the back over there. But this year, we got a half dozen vendors out in the hallway, too. I mean, oh my
Well,
God.
let's just kind of run through them real quick if you want to. Let's start with Cherry Hill Programs.
Well, Cherry Hill is one of our top vendors. They've been with us for a while. They are a big sponsor. They do a lot for us. They take a lot of pictures. They help us with the photography. They're just an awesome group of people to have. And they got a job for you.
Right, awesome employment opportunities available. Becky wrote me today. They're still looking for one of our major malls in Dallas, Santa and beyond. There's lots of jobs still unfilled. So if you're interested, reach out to the ladies over at Cherry Hill Programs.
Well, I
And
think I think Gordon Bailey's old mall is or old. No, that's different. Okay, never mind. That was a different thing.
And I've got to mention, I did a special event for them this week that will air here on the 4th of July over on their Cherry Hill new group page that they have. And it was a lot of fun. Had 5 ladies on with me from Cherry Hill, the recruiters. And it was a Q&A. So you want to catch that? It's a variety hour. It's going to be an hour-long program, 4th of July over on the Cherry Hill group page, the new one.
I'll tell you what, that group page is exploding.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it's getting big.
All right, Mel, talk about Gig Salad a little bit.
Gig Salad, awesome folks, awesome folks. They're actually located in Missouri there. They just actually went through a new revamping of their website and programs. Do a lot of business through Gig Salad, and they send basically job leads out, and you can bid on them and quote them, and they'll hire you. A lot of centers I know use Gig Salad. A lot of centers do a lot, and their new logo is awesome. So they're kind of like they do the work for you. They send you the lead, and then you have to bid on the lead with some other. But if you can win the lead, they're amazing, and they're good to work with too. They've really changed a lot in the years. They've changed their radiuses. They work with you. Just another great bunch of people as well. So I always enjoy working with them. Matter of fact, I got a lead today from them as well. So they're very good people.
Nice.
Moving along to Steph Jordan Photography. We talked about Steph Boys already. Professional portraits for the clauses will be there.
It should be set up and taking your picture and helping you get your website photos, your profile pictures, your Facebook images, all that, business cards. Should get you going.
Right. And we have returning again this year, the Carlucci Way, which is Jenny and Mr. Carlucci, Santa Carlucci.
Yeah, and you know their stuff. They got a lot of unique things over there in their corner, and you know a lot of people like to come visit with them and talk to them.
Yeah, the headbands Jenny makes are beautiful, and I'm really thinking a pair of those antlers for the car might be a good idea.
Then we have a touch of Christmas magic. I believe that's Tracy, correct?
That is Tracy, and she's kind of new as a vendor. First time at School of Santa. She was at the Santa Family Reunion, and she's really, you know, making some nice stuff for the misses mostly, kind of giving it more of a layered look. And you could, you know, a couple outfits that could change into several outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Her booth was right next to ours there in Gatlinburg, and her and her husband were busy the whole weekend. Lots of folks dropping by, seeing what they had to offer.
Oh yeah, beautiful stuff.
All right, Mel, let's talk about Lizzie Claus Casuals.
You know I love me some Elizabeth. The purse and the shoe lady, Liz, you've got a talent. Let me tell you, I don't know if you've ever seen any of Elizabeth's purses or shoes, but goodness gracious, they are so beautiful. She's so talented. She, you know, God bless her, she was so busy at Santa Family Reunion, but she still managed to completely set up her booth, run her booth, had a lot of traffic there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to intervene here. You better talk to her mama about if she ran her booth.
Well, her mama was there too. I got to meet her mama. Yeah, your mom is super sweet, Elizabeth. But yes, we're excited to have Lizzie Claus Casuals back, and I can't wait to go shopping there myself. So.
And she had a raffle, and Issa from Jerusalem won that giveaway that she had. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You know, always wonderful things to look at.
Yeah. And we talked about Larry Talbot already, putting the magic into the clauses. He will be there doing this presentation, but he will also have available to talk to folks about his magic and his props that he has.
Yeah, and he'll have a little paper in the in your notebook that you know, if you're just busy, you could write down some information, just hand that to him, and he will contact you later. And when you can sit down with pen and paper and talk to you about some stuff.
Yeah.
And we mentioned Roger Minton coming with the Kringle Tracker, the CRM app for entertainers. Mel, talk a little bit again about that, refresh everyone's memory.
Just an amazing app to help organize your business, stop all the crazy writing notepads and keeping paper calendars. Just a wonderful app for Christmas performers. It does everything from soup to nuts, from creating leads to contracts to invoices to helping you with taxes. It does make scheduling things a lot easier. So if you have a chance, drop by Roger. I know, like I said, he's my brother from another mother. He will fill you in on everything about it and take advantage of the free trial. It's amazing.
Yes. Utterly Country, returning back again for another year. And
Yeah, and
Spangle, tell us
he's
about that.
not only a vendor. He's as with many of these vendors, they're also students too. And it seems like a lot of people that are in the Santa industry are performers, but they're also becoming vendors too. And you just won't find a nicer bunch of people than him and his wife, James. Uh, they're just utterly country. I mean, they're just sit down and talk to you type folks, and just really really nice.
Beautiful folks. James is actually going to deliver a message at the church service as well, Spangle.
Yes.
So great people. Beautiful stuff too.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
That brings us to Chainsaw Leather, a new vendor for this year.
Well, he's a brand new vendor, period, in the Santa community. And the name throws a few people off, Chainsaw Leather, and I did help him kind of come up with that idea of a name because he is a very good friend of mine, Dave Gowdy. He's from Kansas. He is a chainsaw carver, also. Carves the teddy bears and all the different things, and so we come up with the idea of Chainsaw Leather. But he does some top of the line belts. I mean, just some really pretty stuff. And he'll have some bells and belts, and he's doing Santa belts and Mrs. Claus belts. And I mean, some of his stuff is just blow you away. I mean, and it's these guys that do these really nice premium belts, they're lifelong belts. You buy a belt and it's going to last you your lifetime.
Mhm.
There's an investment made into it. You may spend several $100s buying something, but you're not buying it over and over again either.
Yep, it's an
Yeah.
investment piece. Yep.
And he's one of these people that I talk to several times a day. He's a long haul. I don't know if not really want to call him a long haul trucker, but he is a trucker.
Trucker, yeah.
He's pulling mobile homes across the country. He's pulling 16, 18-foot wide, 80-foot long trailers. And so he likes to talk as he's going down the road.
He's got some good stories. He's a great guy. I had a wonderful time. Well, Noelle had a wonderful time getting up the interview, and I had a good time setting up the interview. So you can see his interview too on the Facebook page as well.
All right. Also slated to be there is Caboose Santa Boots. Quality sells itself. I guess there's really not a lot to say about that, except
If you need
everyone needs a pair of
that's where
boots.
you get them.
Yeah, nice boots. And we're going to have an interview with him, and I have to catch up with Elizabeth, and we're going to have 2 more interviews put up on the website next week, on the Facebook next week. So they have some great products.
Next, we have Shelly Pete Designs LLC, specializing in custom garments and accessories.
Yeah, she will be one of our vendors in the hallway, and she wants to sit down, talk to you, and see what she can make for you. And she's got some really nice ideas on some products. And all these vendors are worth sitting down and talking to for a moment to see what they can get.
Because they're people. She has some great overalls. For anyone that saw Rick Maynard wearing his Space Santa suit last year, she's the lady who made that. So
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Mhm.
And everyone who's been out to any event knows a Pro Santa shop. Doug Eberhart, professional custom made cloths wear, always has one of the nicest looking displays at any of the big events, and he will be returning this year.
Yeah, this year he's returning as a vendor because in the past he's only come as a student.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be nice for he's got to meet some of the people over the years, but now he's get to really show them what he does do. And we're excited to have him this year.
Yeah,
And he's going to be in the vendor room over where the TNL booth is, correct?
Yes, yes. If you're facing the stage, we're going to have them over to the left near the kitchen.
Now, speaking of TNL, I love this one.
Noelle
Mel,
put that message in there.
I'm going to let you give the catch line to this one for TNL.
Yeah, when Noelle was doing the website, she asked me, she said, what about these guys? And I said, I don't know, Noelle. She goes, well, you know what? We're still figuring out these guys. And I laughed. So definitely, we're still trying to figure out TNL. We're all part of TNL. And yeah, we're still trying to figure each other out after all these years. So that's Noelle's little tagline. Still trying to figure these guys
Very
out.
funny.
And there will be a TNL live broadcast there with an audience participation.
Yep. That's Thursday night, correct?
And you might even get pulled out of the audience and said, hey, come on this side of the camera for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, we've got to mention the cobbler cam. There's also going to be a new addition this year, the cookie cam. So we're going to not only highlight the cobbler, but the cookies and the ice cream.
And
But,
then we talked about possibly
cobbler,
even doing a breakfast cam too, didn't we?
breakfast cam, we talked about that. That's correct. Going to go down in the morning time and catch some folks in the breakfast room. So we're expanding. We're going to be out there trying to get as much coverage as we can for all those folks who can't afford or just wasn't able to get out this year to come to School of Santas, because we want to share. We want everybody to know the fun we're having and to see what they're missing, and maybe put that on your list for next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that brings us to the last but not least, of course, the big room over in the corner. It has the dividing walls and has all that stuff, stuff for Santa.
The stuff for Santa, that stuff for Mrs. Claus, that stuff for the elves. I mean, we have it all. And we try to a bunch of it in there, but we're back in the corner. We kind of want you to shop with the other vendors and then come back and see us.
Yeah, if you're going to buy something, you need to make sure you go see everyone else before you go see Spangle, because he's going to get a piece of your money one way or the other. All right, I think that pretty much covers all the vendors and folks that will be there supporting that side of things. So let's go ahead and talk about the entertainment.
Oh man,
that's the thing that a lot of people come to Branson for. They come to School of Santas not only to learn, but because of the entertainment. Let's start off with the Dolly Parton Stampede on Tuesday night. That's July the 15th.
Yeah.
And
it's sold out. If you're coming to the School of Santas, you decide now that you want to go to Dolly Parton, you should have decided this a couple of weeks ago, because now there are no seats available.
There are 2 tickets for sale. You catch my drift, right?
Yeah.
I'll be glad to sell mine if someone wants to come up with the money, the extra money. All right. So, well, of course, I just try and give it to Spangle anyway. Master Poet, Fearless Warrior, Anointed King on Wednesday, July 16th. Now, that's a pretty incredible show there. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know the theater that it's in, and they're second to none. I mean,
that's David.
Yeah, the story of David is
sound is just. I mean, just driving into the parking lot will blow you away.
Yeah,
there's no other theater like it.
You're just not going to see a bad presentation at Sight and Sound, and some of the stuff I don't know how they do it. When he goes and fights the giants and stuff, I don't know how they do those giants, but they are just really cool.
Now, we saw Esther there in the past, and Spangle loves to get the front row seats for, his school and all the folks that are going attending. I tell you what, man, I had a crick in my neck for a week after that. Mel, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we were up real close.
And the stage goes way back behind you. It's a 180 plus degree and there's stuff going on everywhere on that stage.
Yeah, all around. And
All
I think
besides
we're a
you,
little further back
beside
this year.
you,
So
and here.
animals coming by you on the center aisle.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about the animals. I done forgot they come right down off stage and come right up the aisles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, you can't get up and go use the restroom during the show here because you might get ran over by a camel or horses or sheep.
Tiger. Yeah.
Goats come flying, running through the audience.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now that brings us to the opening of the school, and our Thursday night entertainment will be the Nashville Roadhouse live at the Pierce Arrow Theater.
No.
What?
Our Thursday night entertainment will be Terry Wayne Sanders.
Oh, I got that wrong, didn't I?
Yes.
I did. That's supposed to be Terry Wayne on Thursday. Then that's going to be our Friday night
Yeah.
entertainment. How did I
Terry
mess that
Wayne
up?
Sanders and Rick McEwen on Thursday night. Terry Wayne Sanders, a good friend of mine. Him and I do things around the Branson area quite a lot. But he is a Branson legend. I mean, he does several characters at Silver Dollar City. He does a couple other the shows in Branson. We're out at Big Cedar a lot together. He was one of the stars on Hee Haw back in the day. Just one really nice guy too, and he's coming in as a special guest this on Thursday. So you guys will have to see how he comes in. We don't like to tell what he's coming in a lot and just let him surprise you. Followed by him is Rick McEwen, who does The Gambler. He has his own show at a theater in Branson, and he's pretty good. Kenny Rogers.
Now, these are in-house entertainment we're talking about, by the way.
Yep. Both of those guys will be coming to the school on Thursday and doing that's where we talked about Scott doing them shows right there on the stage. And, we also have the Milk and Cookies reception. We're going to introduce the vendors to you that evening. We just got a lot of things. We're going to bring in Gina Bacon via video, and she's got some prizes for everybody. Yeah. So a lot going on Thursday night.
Yeah, there is.
So then that brings us back to the Pierce Arrow Theater on Fridays. I don't know who writes this stuff. Who messes this kind of stuff up?
Hey, the Pierce Arrow Theater has now changed its name.
I heard that.
It is now the Nashville Roadhouse Theater. I mean, they moving up in the world with their own theater name.
Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Yeah, and that's a good show. I think everybody will like it. It's got some country and it's got some rock and roll. It's a good time.
And then that brings us to the Saturday night. Michael Jackson, The Illusion.
I'll tell you what. This guy, Michael Knight, Michael doing Michael. Okay, Michael Knight. I met him there at the theater. We personally talked for a little bit. Facebook friends with him now, and this guy is going to blow you away. If you are a Michael Jackson fan, you're going to love this guy. If you're not a Michael Jackson fan, you're going to be a Michael Knight fan because you're going to love this guy. He is just a showman. A lot of these shows in Branson, they win. If you got a new show, you get nominated, you become, best new show. And that's about what you win on your first year. They won best new show, best dancing, and lots of other stuff on their first year of coming to Branson. So it's a good time. I was really impressed with the whole show.
That brings us to the last in-house entertainment that we have. And, I heard that this couple has a very special place in their heart for someone who is in the audience each year and is big fans of theirs, and that's Rick and Anna Watson, a Garth tribute. And I'm speaking of Mel.
Amazing. I can't say enough. Last year was the first year at School of Sanders without Johnny, and he had sung one of Johnny's our song without him knowing it, and I lost it. If anyone saw me on the spotlight, I was a big old ball and miss. And he came up after the presentation with me, and Anna came over, and they prayed with me, gave me hugs. They are just beautiful, glorious souls, and I'm so proud to know them.
What we were talking about earlier about the spotlight and how you got compliments from the entertainment. And, we were lucky enough also, Mel, back on the TNL anchor desk to have these folks come over and sit in for a moment with us. And that was pretty cool, too.
Yeah, they're just great people. Great, good people. Just wonderful people. So talented. I mean, they sing the song "The Shallows," and you should hear Anna belt that out. The Trisha Yearwood part. They're both top notch.
And not only are they great singers, but they have the emulation of the body movements, the look. They are true impersonators. They really, all these folks are, and they wouldn't be in Branson if they wasn't, because that's where you're going to find your top notch entertainment nowadays.
Amen. Amen.
But I think that pretty much covers the entertainment. That was a lot to talk about. Anything you guys want to add?
It's where fun and education come together. I mean, that's just what we say. I mean, there's a reason why we talk about that.
It really is, and there's a little bit of entertainment before the entertainment on the nights we go to the theaters, because we have the parades.
Yeah.
The parades are entertaining at the very start. Noel's going to be out there directing traffic this year. Trying to get into the parade, so it's going to be fun. So it's always a good time.
Mel.
Yeah.
I'm kind of afraid that you're not going to be able to use your wand this year.
Why not?
You just stuck it in the fire.
Yeah, I just put it right in the fire. Well, burn that one up.
That's all right. Spangle's got more.
Yeah, but the parades are fun. So
yeah, for sure. All right, Mel, let's move along and let you go ahead and talk about the next item.
There is one. It's just amazing. We are the givers of love and Christmas magic and magic all the year round. We have a charity initiative, and I'm going to say we because I know he won't let me call his name out, but we have a charity initiative, Spangle, and he is collecting gloves to warm children's hands to warm Santa's heart. So what we're doing is, if you bring, for every pair of gloves or even a hat or a scarf, but every pair of gloves that you bring, anything you bring to donate, you're going to get a raffle ticket for a silent raffle to win that prize that you're choosing. We'll have little bags or baskets set up where you can put your raffle tickets in, and we'll draw from them. But our goal is to collect as many of these as possible. No child should go cold. No child should not feel the warmth of Santa's love. And combined with the magic of Spangle Santa trailer, this initiative is going to come true for a lot of children. So if you have, brand new gloves, brand new hats, scarves, even like maybe gently worn, but we're trying to fill the sleigh. We're going to have a sleigh in the front lobby. Bob and Carol are going to be collecting your donations and giving you tickets, and we're going to fill the sleigh. Our goal is to fill this totally full by the time class is over. And I think even the local community is going to know as well. I think we're doing a press release for that, if I'm not mistaken. So. And
even if you don't bring gloves or whatever, for every $1 you donate, you can get a ticket also.
Absolutely. Every $1 you donate. It's just such a worthwhile cause because kids need to be wrapped in love and warmth, and we can do both. So.
Very good.
All right,
imagine the fun about going to Branson's, the shows in Branson. Now, I didn't wear mine today, but the SOS shirts. Now, this year they are green, but wearing one of the shirts and looking like you are part of the family.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff there. So if you,
hi Mel.
No.
Puppy was whining.
No, her puppy was whining. It's just going to have puppy. Okay, so anyway, my question for you, Spangle, is: are the shirts available at the school?
Well, a lot of people has called in their order. They've ordered them. We did order a couple extras. We've got 10 or 15 extras, but they vary in size. We may have one of this size or one of this size. So there will be some extras, but we've already turned the order in for the shirts, and so you possibly could find your size, or maybe find up one size or something like that. But we got a lot of shirts ordered, so
Yeah, that
don't
was
be
really
don't be
great.
looking out of place.
I'm seeing stars.
Okay, should we go to the starred comments?
Yeah.
All right, so Judith wants to know who's presenting for the women. Well, we have Shirley Wiener's going to be there. We have Sean White. We have, so we got that covered, I think.
Catch that next one, Mel. Can you see the starred ones?
Yeah, I see the starred ones here. Let's take a look here. I have Bill Coates, and he's like a super fan on our page. Shout out to Bill. He's definitely there every day commenting. But he says, thanks for keeping it more personal, and he appreciates it, Spangle. It's so hard to get lost in some of these big schools, so an intimate session is just amazing. So, yeah, definitely he wants to thank you for keeping it personal.
Yeah, and Shannon McCann, 5 years for him showing up. And that kind of brings me to another point that we didn't put into the script that we should talk about, and
The
that is
doors.
the door decorations. That's correct. That was his and idea back a few years ago, and it's kind of turned into a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually have prizes. We will have door decorating. We have one of these cards. Georgetta, would you bring me one of those cards, please? We have these cards that you're going to kind of put on the door too. And we will have some impartial judges to go along there, and they will be picking one of the cards that are in the notebook, the big ones. Yeah. You put that into. Could just have Mel hold up her shirt. It's kind of like that. But
It's this one.
this here, you get to decorate your door. We'll have these here that you got to put in with your door decoration. And everybody that has this on their door, in the door decorating, will be judged, and we got some prizes for you.
Exciting.
Well, I think you had pictures of those doors on the website, didn't you?
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. And you can go to our website at schoolofsantas.com. There's a lot of information on there. It's really easy to navigate. It's a long website, but all the information's on there. The agenda, you'll find it at the end.
Yeah, and if you're scrolling it on a phone, I love the phone view because so many of us are using the phones nowadays for everything. This website is super, super friendly for your telephone. Mm-hmm. AJ says this will be his 3rd year.
And mention the fact that he was a recipient.
Yep. Elizabeth is
scholarship.
Yeah, scholarship. And which is fantastic. It's good AJ's coming back. But Elizabeth is, her and Tracy's her 4th School of Santas, and they love it every time.
Absolutely.
She was saying, the other day that a lot of the schools are good and everything, but SOS, you really feel like you become part of a family.
And they're hosting the coffee for the closets.
They are, yeah.
So that's going to be exciting.
Donuts and coffee at 7:30 in the morning, and one day it's Mrs. Claus's, the next day it's Santa. Brad Hankins says this will be his 1st year. Hopefully 2-3 years from now he'll be saying this is my 2nd or 3rd year.
And congratulations on the winner. He's our winner of the scholarship, Spangle. Remember? So it's pretty excited to have him there as well. So congratulations again, Brad.
Bob?
Gary Linder, Spangle throws a great party.
Thank you,
I agree, Gary. Gary's returns year after year, him and his wife.
Yep. He said he can video it.
I don't know what he's talking about videoing, but
Sure.
I'm sure he could be doing a lot of things if he's
Yeah, we're
not
gonna
sitting
keep
in
him busy.
class.
Yeah, you want to sit in class.
I'll keep him busy. He wants to work. He's going to work.
Mhm.
Yeah. Brad Hankey says, looking forward to David coming in early for that one. It's going to be a
And
good
Mel?
one.
And Elizabeth said they were such creative doors last year. They are absolutely. Let me see if you talk amongst yourself. I know we don't have much time, but let me just pull the doors up right quick. So I've got them in a quick place here for a minute.
All right. I think that covers all the covered stars that we had.
I think she's pulling up some doors real quick.
Oh, okay.
I'm scrolling. Hold on. Scrolling.
Scrolling, because there's a lot of scrolling to do on that website. And guys, if you go to the website, you're going to see all kinds of stuff through the whole website. At the very end of the website is the agenda, is the schedule, and that schedule is printable too. I mean, we will have it in your books at the school, but if you want to print it and go sit down in the chair and watch some television and take a look at all this stuff you got going on, you can do that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have the doors. I have the door that Kristen Shannon did last year was fantastic. We had a reindeer barn door last year. We had some just spectacular doors, and I think everyone's going to top it this year. And you know what? If you're not staying at the host hotel, let us know. We'll give you a door, so you don't have to be staying at the host hotel. If you want to decorate a door, we'll find a door for you.
I liked last year somebody decorated their door, their room up, and then next to their door they put a little door, and it was like an elf door. That was very fun.
That was cool. The first picture there on the left is one of the rooms that kind of drops back in the hallway, I think, and they've got stuff on both sides of their door there, which is really cool. And the second picture also has extra stuff next to their door. So it's not only the door, folks are decorating the walls, on either side of the doors now.
Yeah, we just want to remember to be hotel friendly. We want everything to be, G rated, and we want, if you're going to put stuff up, make sure you're not damaging the hotel in any way.
Absolutely. Use command strips wherever possible.
There was a couple of things last year that got a little bit maybe PG rated.
PG rated?
You remember that, Bob?
Refresh my memory, Spangle.
I said we want to keep everything G rated. Last year there was a couple that kind of got PG rated.
That's what I say. I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, they were like Santa sitting on the commode.
Oh, yeah. Potty. Well, Elizabeth just put it up. Potty with Santa. Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we want to say thank you to our contributors to the. Was you going to say something, Spangle?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Just want to say thank you to a couple of our contributors to the TNL family, and Angela's going to run those for us real quick. We'll be right back. So a couple more stars that Angela's got here. Mr. Bruce Norwood and his beautiful bride, Kathy, say it will be their first time coming to School of Santas, and we're looking forward to seeing those two again. Had the honor of sitting and chatting with them at the Gatlinburg event this year, and they're so much fun. AJ says he was talking about the Spotlight Spangle when he was talking about
Oh, okay,
video.
very good. Hey, and we will be going over this a lot at the school too, but I'm going to say it here because I know a lot of the people that are watching this tonight are people that are coming to the school. You're going to find needs in your notebook also, and this one here will, you can sign once you come to the school. You're going to find out, hey, I want to come back. So this one will sign you up, let you get a discount to come in next year. And we talk about how much this becomes a family here. And you leave here, you make these bonds with these people and you really become friends with them. But then you get home and you're like, I wish I would have got that guy's contact information, or I would have, I wish I would have shared mine. So we put these in your thing, and it's got all this spots, or you can put your name, your city, your state. We don't ask for your house address, phone, email, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And you fill this out only as much as you want. If you want your name and you want your Facebook page on there, you don't want the city where you're at, or you don't want to put your phone number on there, or maybe you don't even want to fill this out. But we're going to ask you that if you do want to fill out any of this information, you fill it out pretty much at the very beginning of the school. We will put together a list, and it will be passed out during the school with this contact information. So if you want to be added to that list, you'll fill this out and give it to us. And like I said, you fill out only what you want to give. If you don't want everybody to have your phone number, then don't put your phone number on here. We're only going to put the stuff down that you want to share with people. You may only want to share your Twitter handle with them. Maybe we need to change that to X now. Is that what it is? Twitter is now X?
I think so.
But, you just share whatever you want. Everybody will get that list, and that way you have contact information to the people that want to share their contact information.
Time to update that to X, huh?
Yeah.
All right, revealing tonight's trivia answers are first, schoolofsantas.com. You get your name in hat for both the drawings for the school 2026 School of Santas and 2026 North Pole Cornerstones. Dr. Seuss stories are known for rhyming, but there was a few that didn't. In this story, who lived in the kingdom of Did, and what was the title of the book? We was looking for the name of who wrote it, illustrated it, and what year it was published. The name of that book was The 500 Hats of Bartholomew Cuban. Cubans. And
I don't know. That was ask Mark.
There you go. And that was written and illustrated by Theodore Giesel in 1938. How many of you knew that Theodore Giesel was Dr. Seuss? Dr. Seuss is best known by his pen name, of course, Dr. Seuss. His real name was Theodore Giesel, and he was an American cartoonist and writer, famous for so many of these children's books, including all the Cat in the Hat, and the Green Egg and the Ham series. Great to know. And our winner there was no other than Mr. Trivia.
Yay, AJ.
So your name goes in the hat again there, AJ. All right, stuffforsanta.com. What was the last book written by Dr. Seuss before his death in September 24th, 1991? Who first published it? And what was the month, date, and year of the last publication during his lifetime? That was, of course, the first and second last answer. Oh, the places you'll go. And so many of those books was published by Random House. And the last book was publication was January 22nd, 1990. I'll get that out in a minute. And our winner there was Jeff Ouellette. Jeff, you get a tumbler. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Fantastic.
Yay, Jeff.
All right, Mel, what's your closing thoughts tonight?
I am just totally excited to be this close to School of Santas. I'm excited for this year to see everyone. I am truly blessed that I'm able to come back as your MC, and I'm looking forward to, spending time with my Claus family and we're just glad that you're a part of it. And just if you're coming to the School of Santas, make sure to check your email every morning because we'll keep you updated. But please make a point, drop by and say hi. You know, you are Christmas magic. I'm just so proud of it. And for those who are not coming, I'm excited that TNL is going to bring you pieces of the school so you can see, and hopefully we'll be able to join us in the future. But can't wait. Totally excited.
Spangle, you got any closing thoughts tonight?
Well, you know, we are so geared up for 2025. It's coming around the corner. But hey, I want you all to know we ain't stopped working because we're already working on 26 and 27.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's a process, and you definitely have to get ahead and jump on the game or find yourself behind. That's for sure. I'm looking forward. My final thoughts are I'm looking forward to lots of hugs, especially my Santa Mel hugs. She gives the best hugs.
You give the best hugs. Awesome.
Hey, I just want to thank her. I mean, she's been our special guest. Santa Mel, Melissa Lynn, Elf Noel. I mean, she is the all around epitome of everything great. And
The keeper of Christmas magic.
the keeper of Christmas magic.
Okay, so Elizabeth wants to know, did y'all mention the vow renewal at School of Santas? We did briefly. Liz, what'd you say, 16 couples?
13.
13 couples.
13 couples.
signed up,
And
Liz.
we got something kind of cool for them, don't we, Mel? We're not going to go into telling them what it is.
Yeah, I think it's really
signed up, and we're pretty much, I mean, you either, you know, the sign up is pretty much closed, but it's kind of, it's going to be fun.
It's awesome, and it's something new and different. So I'm looking forward to it. So if you're coming, please wear your Christmas finery. It's going to be one large ceremony for everybody, like they do at the Ren fairs. But yeah, dress Christmas fancy.
And don't think you're coming to School of Santas next year and say, I'll do that next year, because we're not doing this every year. We don't want it to be. We don't want it to be ho-dum or ro-dum or whatever you want to call that, where, oh, that's just part of it every year. That's not what we're looking for. We wanted this to be special.
We want to keep it special and fresh, and you know, we never want to get stale. So, it's in and out.
I think Angela's got a final thought.
I was just gonna say there's a new challenge this year. Last year it was the hot dog eating challenge. This year we should do the pepper eating challenge.
I'm in.
Sound good?
Bob, are you in?
Bob,
you really got to try it. I mean,
man,
the show is in.
What was the pepper you had the other night that was so hot? Serrano?
You need like a millimeter piece.
I tried a Serrano pepper the other night, Spangle, and I literally thought I was going to be sick.
Okay, Bob, listen. The show is almost over. Just open it up right now. Try the littlest piece you can find in there. You did make a promise on air.
I did, and I'm an Indian giver. I'm sorry.
Hey, Bruce Norrid said, you know, he stepped in for it and tried it at the school. Bruce, man, he can eat some spicy stuff. I saw him go head to head with Mitch Allen.
Okay, well, those peppers, we're going to send them to Branson, and y'all can have some Santas or Mrs. Clauses sign up and do the pepper eating challenge on camera on TNL Live.
Bruce Norrid said he's in.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. I'm afraid I'll get sued.
That's stupid.
Elizabeth,
all right, we want to say thank you to you, Mel, again, and don't forget to watch all the TNL Network Production 2025 list of shows. Spangle.
Yeah, let's get with this and tell you what shows we got. We have on Mondays, we have Bob and Feeney's.
Absolutely. And Monday night we have Sean White, the Claus Connect. This past Monday night was a Joe Lagrone last.
Yeah, that was last week's show.
Tuesday night we got we got two guys that try to act like they know what they're talking about, and catch them at 7 p.m. Central Time.
They're amazing. You can't go wrong with it. And then Wednesday, I'm kind of overdoing my thing here. Wednesday nights we have Kringle Time, Kringle Brothers. absolutely. Michael and Michael are just amazing as the Kringle brothers. This week is the Christmas in July special.
That's right.
And you know what? Next, you better read the next line because it might sound funny if I read it.
No, you go ahead and read it.
Okay, come join me this Thursday as we do Santa's Magical Fellowships.
Apparently, I sound like Margaret Hamilton. Thank you. Please join us. Again, it's another School Santa ramp up. There's no guest on.
That's just this week followed by Polar Opposites Mail.
No, that was last week. This week is
Okay.
a doubleheader show, so I might be throwing in a surprise guest.
Dang, I'm a week behind on everything. I can't keep up. All right, tune in, kick up your heels, join in the fun for 2025, all powered by the TNL Network Productions. Thank you to all the contributors who helped put not only TNL together, the TNL family, but also the School of Santas. Couldn't do it without everyone's help. Tell everyone good night, Spangle.
Good night, Spangle.
Mel, say good night, please.
Good night, please.
Very good. Remember to join us for our next Tuesday Night Live each week, 7 p.m. Central, same clause time, same clause channel. Count your blessings, not your sorrows. May your troubles be small and your blessings be large. On behalf of the entire TNL network and our crew, I'm Santa Bob McMaster saying good night to all. Hope to see you again back on Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Happy closing, all.